Good evening. I'd like to call the North Augusta City Council study session for Monday, May the 11th, 2026 to order. Thank y'all for being here. We got a big crowd tonight. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to our city administrator, Mr. Jim Clifford.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And as the city's standard practices during a study session, we'll cover an agenda review for next week's city council meeting. We'll have department details led by all the various directors. And then lastly, we normally do a mayor's matters with a focus item, but we're not going to be doing a focus item tonight as we'll be moving into an executive session immediately following the study session. So with that, I'll go ahead and move into the agenda review. So under new business, first being item number 5, election ordinance number 2026-10, affirming an agreement between the city of North Augusta and the Aiken County Board of Elections and voter registration of Aiken County, first reading. And so I'll defer to Kelly Zier or Jamie in support for the details of what that ordinance will entail.
All right, well, basically, what it is, when we turn over the control of the election to the Aiken County Election Commission, we had agreed to do that at some point earlier and gave the city administrator authority to negotiate a contract. He's negotiated that. It's been approved by Aiken County, and we're required to approve it. But it also says it needs to be approved by ordinance, so that's what we're doing. Just confirming what has already essentially been done.
Question, is this the June 9th election or the November election?
I'm sorry.
Is it the June 9th election or the November election, or both of them?
Oh, it's not, it's the November election.
November.
Yeah, because that's, I mean, we technically don't have anything to do with primaries.
Okay, I'll move on to the next item under Engineering and Public Works, Resolution number 2026-29, authorizing a construction contract for the 2026 street resurfacing project. And Tom Zeser is here to get me out of deep water in case I screw this up. But essentially, we're using two separate funding streams to fund the street resurfacing program this year. Obviously, we've had a focus moving forward on streets. And normally what we get is somewhere a little over $300,000 a year from the County Transportation Committee, the CTC, to fund various roads. $300,000 does not cover a whole lot of roadways. And so what you see this year is a merging, if you will, of C funds, CTC funds, along with Capital Project Sales Tax 4. So if you recall, at the council offsite up in Greenwood, we listed a number of different projects. One of them had to do with road resurfacing. So this would allow us to move forward on a number of road resurfacing projects. I will have a complete list of the roads that will be resurfaced as part of the council packet by Friday. But Tom listed those roads in the bid packet. So those will be included for everybody's viewing pleasure. We had two competitive bids. They were both pretty close to each other, but Steed Paving is the winner of the bid process, which is attached there on your sheet as far as the bids received. And so this will give us some not to exceed amounts based on both the CTC funds, which feeds into the street improvement funds, and then also sales tax 4, CPST 4. So the total amount of the bid was just over $1 million, $1,069,955.59, and gives us some not to exceed numbers moving forward on that. So that's what I've got for you there. If you have any specific questions about kind of the road projects, Tom Zeser is certainly able to answer those questions.
These are the roads excluding Bolin Road, correct?
That's correct, because Bolin Road requires some additional engineering. The council has previously approved the engineering, I hate to call it design, but essentially what it's going to take to resurface that road, and you'll have a separate council action for Bolin. So as we proposed in the council offsite, Bolin was a separate category from the rest of the roads to resurfacing, because these roads just need a refresh. So there's not engineering that goes along with it. It's just adding, scraping and adding new paving.
So we get into this right away, like the actual project, doing the work as soon as we vote on this?
That's correct, Councilman.
Now, was it Satterfield or Steed? Because you got it written Satterfield in the resolution, but then you pronounced Steed. I'm just trying to confirm.
Oh, I'll defer to Tom. It's Satterfield? Okay. Did Steve not have the right, What we have in here is the feed is shown as low bid. Okay. Just looking at the easy.
is right here, so.
I'm just looking at what's highlighted. The whole thing. Well, that requires math, Tom. and-
Steve had a math error in line 4. So
Yes, it is
Yeah,
highlighted. Thank you for the catch.
I just wanted to confirm.
That's a lesson learned on my part. I'm just gonna have Tom come up here and brief the whole thing next time.
just on highlight in yellow.
No, I
That's
looked
right.
at the math too, and I'm going, that was cheaper.
Barring any other questions other than my math skills, we'll go ahead and move on to the next item. Hard to believe I graduated from engineering program, yet here we are. And then last, we'll have under boards and commissions, under new business, item number 7, resolution number 2026-30, appointments to the Mural Design Review Board, and that would be over to the mayor's office for those appointments.
And I'll be sending council out a little write-up on each of these folks. So if you have any questions or any clarification, you can just let me know. But I've invited both of them to be here on Monday. So if you're heartburn about something, let me know before Monday.
Just so I'm clear, being my murals, but anything they do, we look at it too.
No, again, that's only if it's city property. Whoever the owner of the building is who works with the mural review. board.
Right. But if anything's city property, we see it,
Exactly.
like those
So
bathrooms
if
and
Carpenter's wanted
alligator.
to do something like
Yeah.
we talked about,
Oh, yeah, I mean,
it's not
yeah.
coming to us.
But I'm talking, but not city property, it would have to be shown to us, like the bathrooms at Creighton Park
Exactly.
with the
Because
alligator.
we own it, yes.
Yeah.
We did that, yeah. Okay.
And lastly, under administrative reports, I'll go ahead and cover this now, really just for council. I know that, so in response to some public comments about flock cameras, I wanted to take a moment to inform the council on the way that the city handles camera systems here within city property. So aside from cameras on city properties meant to maintain visibility on city facilities, so for example, we may have camera systems that look at the parking decks. We may have camera systems that keep overwatch on city facilities. There are a handful of neighborhoods that have flock license plate camera systems. Hammond's Ferry is one such neighborhood where the homeowners association paid for the cameras at the entrance to their neighborhood and also paid for the fiber connectivity. The city granted access to the right-of-way for the pole to mount on the camera, but that's it. The public safety, in agreement with the HOA, has access to the camera feed to solve criminal cases if required. Cameras in the neighborhoods are not installed by the city nor are paid for with city funds, and these installations are at the express request of the homeowners association, not at the request of the city.
We have several, River Club and.
River Club is another neighborhood that has camera systems.
Can you help me understand the differential of Hammond's Ferry comes to us when they want to change their sign? Is that because that installment is actually on something the city owns versus the right of way?
That's, I believe, correct, Councilman. There are things that happen in rights of way that aren't necessarily the purview of the city council that can happen in administration. We have a lot of routine actions that happen in right of ways that either the director of public works or the administrator will sign off on, but things that are material changes to city property, in this case a sign, that had to come for council approval based on the code that we have written.
Thank you.
So with that, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Jamie Paul for department details.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. First up for department details is Finance Director Linda Williamson.
Sorry about that. I was trying to do some work in between all this. Good evening, Mayor and Council. Quick update tonight. Cycle 1 customers, we have a disconnection date for their April balances scheduled Wednesday, May 20th. The due date for their May 10th bills is June 4th. For our Cycle 2 customers, the due date for their April 25th bills is going to be May 18th, and their disconnection date for their April balances will begin on Wednesday, June 3rd. That's it.
Thank you. Next is Human Resources Manager Kayla Ferguson.
Evening, Mayor and Council. Short and sweet as always. If you look on the back of your department details, you will see the list of our employment opportunities.
Next is Engineering Public Works Director Tom Caesar.
Good evening. One other point of clarification on the road resurfacing contract that Mr. Clifford introduced is that the time of completion for that work will be November 30th of this year. So work may not start immediately, but that deadline will be this current calendar year. As far as project updates, I think I reported several weeks ago that we completed the EECBG lighting grant project for this building. However, just last week we had our final inspection by the Department of Energy staff, and we passed. So we were just waiting on final reimbursement of that grant. It will be closed out.
So really, because Tom's not going to toot his own horn, this is an opportunity that Tom's really taking advantage of. For I think we got about $60,000 worth of lighting conversion from fluorescent to LED. It doesn't cover every light fixture in the building, but it will definitely make it easier for the staff to replace bulbs, and it also will drop the overall energy cost of this building, which we pay for through city general funds. So that was a great initiative for Tom, and those funds came directly from an outside agency and did not require a match.
Also, our NRCS grant, as far as by way of an update, the work at the Willow Creek Drive stream bank stabilization, that work is completed, just pending a final inspection by NRCS staff. That one is done. The debris removal contract, that contractor will be moving his equipment from the Walnut Lane site to the site kind of between Knollwood subdivision and the Greenway along Pretty Run Creek. And that work will be beginning tomorrow. And so there will be some, there'll probably be some signs or noise of that work ongoing along the Greenway, but we don't anticipate any impact to the Greenway or any closure or anything of that nature. That's what will be happening there. And then our current C-Fund resurfacing project, I reported a couple weeks ago, that work did start today. The contractor is on Marion Avenue. He will be moving then to Meridian Avenue and then finally to Dunbarton Drive. And all that work is anticipated to be complete this week. And then lastly, the Stormwater Management Department will be hosting the annual Household Hazardous Waste Collection event this Saturday. That's at the site of the former Public Safety Complex on Buena Vista Avenue. And just to remind what that event is, an opportunity for residents, North Augusta residents, to bring any chemical, any kind of product. They may not even know what it is. It's
Paint?
a mason jar in the back shed.
How about paint?
Paint, absolutely. That's probably the most common.
Doesn't have to be dried?
Nope.
Okay.
Bring it however you got it. And motor oil is another common. Anything that, the intent of this program is to prevent, people may not know what to do with this stuff, so there might be a tendency to just go dump it somewhere.
Which is not good.
Into the storm drain or just onto their property that will eventually make its way into our waterways. So this is just an opportunity for citizens to dispose of that waste properly. We will have a vendor, a waste vendor, and they will sort that material and they will dispose or otherwise repurpose it properly.
What's the time frame for that again?
Ask me. I think it starts at 10 a.m.
I got one other question for you. So I noticed when I was at the Garden Club luncheon, the flashing light on Buena Vista and Brookstone has been taken down, Brookside, by the old public safety.
Yeah, DOT removed that.
They kind of blacked out over the white crosswalk. Is that something we can redo? Can we ask them to come back? I've already had two citizens ask me about it.
Yeah, we can ask them to
I don't know why they would do that.
Well, they had to eliminate the old striping, the old stop bars that were there for that
Okay.
signal.
Can we ask them if
That's
they
the
can
only
come
way.
back?
It's thermoplastic, and there's
Okay.
no real way to remove that. But I'll ask them to
Come back.
readdress that.
Thank you.
Tom, does the hazardous waste, does that include e-waste as well?
No, just
Just like
chemical
chemicals?
waste, yes.
Councilman Reeves, I do know that depending on the amount you're talking about, Best Buy does e-waste recycling.
But batteries can be accepted.
Okay, thank you.
Vehicle batteries or even, electronic type batteries.
Thank you, Tom. Next up is Planning Development Planner Cully Baker.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. We have a Planning Commission meeting next Wednesday, May 20th, and that agenda will go out on Thursday.
Next is Public Services Director James Sutton.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The state and federal funded water and wastewater improvement projects that totaled over $13 million are now have entered into the closeout grant period where there's a lot of paperwork involved to close those projects out. These projects include a rehabilitation of the city's wastewater main interceptor, some of the largest pipes we have in our collection system, wastewater pipes and manholes in Crestline, Lyndhurst subdivisions, upgrade, replacement of Carolina Springs lift station equipment, and also the water booster pump station at Clay Street. Those were some great projects. They were really some needed improvements in our system, well-spent dollars, and we got years to come operating those new pipes and those pump stations. One thing I will add is Carolina Springs, we are finishing up some landscaping that wasn't included in the grant. That's all coming out of the utility funds. So we got a little paving and landscaping to do there, and then it will be totally complete, but it wasn't included in the grant funding. The westbound lane in the 700 block of West Martintown Road, starting tomorrow through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. will be reduced to one lane for the installation of a new water service in the 700 block.
James, I would say, as far as for this council, I just want to tell you what an incredible job you and your folks have done with this whole infrastructure project. I mean, you're behind the scenes. Citizens don't see it. It's not glamorous. It's not glorified. It's not amenities like trolleys and other things. But your folks have just done an incredible job, and you've taken dollars and you've utilized those and leveraged those with other dollars. So we are very thankful for what you have done as your job as director, but all your staff, your guys have worked their fannies off, and we're very appreciative of all your efforts.
I'll pass that along. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Public Safety Chief Johnson.
Good evening. A couple things to go over. The CAT team will be participating in the fishing rodeo this Saturday up at Lick Fork Lake. And also in reference to the 4-Minute City that we received a grant from, we've already hosted several CPR AED classes, and we will be having another class held on May 22nd as that program continues its rollout.
Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Park and Recreation Director Rick Meyer.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Wanted to give you an update on Activity Center improvements with the track. It was a 3-phase project. Phase 1, which was week 1, the last week of April, we had demo of the existing carpet track that is gone. Week 2, last week, we had the installation of the track, and now we are at week 3, which is the painting of the lines, the track lines, so it's scheduled to reopen next week. And we'll be excited about that. It will smell a little bit this week as he paints the lines down in the gym. Also on the Activity Center improvements, I want to let you know that the new exercise and fitness equipment is in final review phase. We had 2 companies involved through cooperative purchasing, and we're going to select one this week and order that equipment. looking for late July, early August with delivery of that. And installation, gym floor refinishing and automation of basketball goals will also be an August project because of the camps and Peach Jam coming up. So those will all take place right there in August. And if you have been out to Riverview, you'll notice the left side of the parking lot of the Activity Center has been repainted. This week, we'll repaint the parking lot lines on the right side of the Activity Center.
Very good.
Next week, Hometown Hero banners will begin to go up. I'll get all those up before Memorial Day. And our spring sports update, we have 2.5 weeks left to play, provided we don't have any torrential rain, which doesn't look like it. All programs will be finished by the end of school. Thank you. Yes, splash pads are open. And busy, yes, both of
They're
them.
busy, aren't
Thank you, Rick. And to close out department details is Tourism Manager Carl Waldhauer.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just want to highlight a few events going on latter half this week. Chamber of Commerce hosting Good Morning North Augusta Community Center. That's their monthly breakfast. It goes on at 7:30 at the community center, and tourism teams presenting at that event for this month. North Augusta Cultural Arts Council's hosting Music in the Park that kicked off last week. This week we have North Augusta Middle, Paul Knox Middle, and North Augusta High School orchestras performing. It's always one of their bigger crowds of the year, and that goes on at 7 o'clock. And if it's raining, we'll come inside the community center. And lastly, Explore North Augusta is hosting a concert this Friday at Sharon Jones Amphitheater. We got Broken Hearts, which is a Tom Petty tribute band, 7:30, and that is free as always.
One question. The performance stage at Mott Edenfield Park was demolished during the hurricane. Are there any plans to redo something there? Are we leaving it without a stage? Is there any future plans for that?
Yes, sir. So for this season, we've Public Works helped us out in making a pad. We're going to put our stage we have at the amphitheater, and we're still evaluating what's going to go on at Mott Edenfield in the future.
Would we use the portable stage, or do you think we would look for a permanent kind of performance area?
We're not prepared to answer that question today, Councilman Felak. I mean, I understand your, I guess, guidance as far as what you'd like to see there, as far as having an ability to host events. But we're still going through what the FEMA reimbursement rates are going to be. So until we really are able to audit and cover the books on how much money is going to be after we get our reimbursements done for R&R tree service, for Tetra Tech, for SDR, it's going to be hard for us to balance those numbers. But I think once we're looking at a summertime closeout, and I think once we have that, we have a more holistic picture of funds that may be available and also what recommendations staff might have for those funds.
Thank you.
All right, Carl's allowed me to do this, so some of y'all, have y'all ever seen the show The Amazing Race? Ever watched that? Well, due to our amazing tourism department, especially Jennifer Goldman, we are having the Explore North Augusta's Amazing Race. It's going to be an adventure competition exploring North Augusta, both mental, physical challenges. Registration begins tonight, all the way through June 19th, through the Explore North Augusta app, right, Carl? Okay, race day will be July the 18th from 9:30 to 2. It'll start at the North Augusta Community Center. It's free to play. 5 people per team. One person on that team has to be at least 16 years old or older, because there is driving involved in it. Transportation is not included, and you can get all the information on the website and the community calendar of Explore North Augusta. But they have been working hard, and it is going to be, I'm telling you guys, it is going to be awesome. The places they've talked to, and all of the compass and the map, I mean, it is like the race. I mean, it is going to be awesome. So get your family, you got kids, you just, one person's got to be able to drive. But I think it's going to be a neat thing for our tourism folks. So, Carl, thank you for that, and hopefully people start signing up. And I'll announce this again on Monday when a lot of people are here. Okay, that's all I had on that.
Well, Mr. Mayor, since we don't have a focus item, we'll be turning back to you here shortly. But before I do, I wanted to say that depending on what guidance is received from the council in the upcoming executive session, the staff may be adding a council action which is not on the agenda review this evening. If, based on council guidance, we add a resolution or ordinance regarding Riverside Village, we'll publish that item as part of the council packet and agenda, which is available to the public on Friday afternoon.
Okay. All right, only thing I got, just want to remind everybody, tomorrow night is the Celebrity Waiter Night, benefit of Children's Place, and your North Augusta City snow captains are myself, Jamie Barton, David Buck, Pat Carpenter, and Kayla Ferguson. So that's from, I guess, 6 o'clock to 9. So we got a shirt, so all your tips, and they're gonna do a raffle, all that goes to Children's Place. So I would just tell everybody, please come out tomorrow night and make us work, and we're excited about doing that. So,
Well, just come with your pockets full of
full
money.
money, yeah, that's all we need. All right, this time, we move to item 4, request the city attorney in compliance with section 30-4-70A2. The city attorney requests an executive session for the purpose of, this discussion is specifically related to the purchase of real estate in Riverside Village. We will not be returning to this city chambers afterwards. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved. Second.
That's Mr. Buck. The second, who was that? Mr. Veronica? Okay, second, Mr. Veronica. All in favor? And that's unanimous. Okay, we stand adjourned. Thank y'all for coming. Have a good evening.